and welcome back to another video. Today we'll be doing my July TBR. I'm feeling very ambitious, clearly. So let's get into it. Let's make it short, let's make it sweet, and let's get to the point. The first book that I'm wanting to read is kind of a hit or miss, just because I've only really seen bad reviews about this book. However, I love the author, which is The Crash by Frida McFadden. It's a chunky book, I must be honest, and since it's winter, because I'm from South Africa, so we are currently in winter, I just thought this was like an appropriate read since she's like in the snow and things, but I've never heard a good review about this book, so maybe I'll enjoy this book, I don't know, but this is the first one. And this apparently follows a woman who's 8 months pregnant. She gets stuck in the snowstorm in her car, and then this couple invite her to go and stay with them until the snow clears up. And then she thinks like that's one of her worst mistakes ever. Okay, then another thriller I have. So I have 2 thrillers for the month of July, which is The Silent Patient. Now, I want to love this book just like everybody else loves this book. However, I tried to pick up this book I think a year ago, and I think I got to chapter 2 and I was bored. But I know that this is a build-up story, so I do really want to enjoy this one. So this is the next one. Then I have, apparently it's a very sad book, which is The Last Letter. I think this is like military based. I don't really know, but it seems very sad, and I don't know, but let's read her, and let's enjoy her. We need some sadness to know how we feel. I don't know. I don't even want to read the back of the book. Like, no. Anywho, I am looking forward to reading this one though, because I've had this book for quite some time. I think I've had this book for like 2 years or something, and I have not read it. So, it's time. The next book is Bear Town by Frederick Backman, and I actually bought this at a secondhand bookstore. You would never have said so. It's like brand new shop condition, but I just also picked this out because I just thought it was appropriate for winter because it's like very cold and everything. And I think it's just about like a whole community in this town called Bear Town. And something happens and the people are kind of like divided into 2 about like what they're going to do or not going to do. I don't know. And that's kind of what this book's about. I don't know. It's interesting. It's definitely different. And I know everybody really is loving this author recently. So, I don't know. Let's try it. Then, obviously, I had to add the Baxters. Obvious. So, this is the 6th book in the Baxter series out of 33 books. I know. But it's the 5th book in the Redemption series. So there's like mini series within the big series. And you kind of have to like read, I don't know, it's very complicated. Maybe I'll make a video on the Baxters. Anywho, and I'm loving it. I'm eating it up. It's like perfection. So obviously I wanted to read the next one. This one follows Erin and Sam, if I'm not mistaken. Hello, does it? Oh, it's not. Why does Erin and Sam not get a book? Oh, okay. So this one kind of introduces what the next series is going to be all about, which is also 5 books. I think it's the Found Family. I don't know. All the books are F. So, like, she kind of made the series so that it's easy to know if it's part of the series. Like, the Redemption series, they all start with R. So it's redemption, remember, return, rejoice, and reunion. Then the next series are all F's. So it's fame, forgiven, found, family, forever. And then the next one's all S's, and so on and so forth. You understand what I'm saying? So this one kind of is preparing us for the next one. But why not Erin and Sam? They're like the only ones who have not had their own book. Okay, question marks everywhere, everywhere. Anywho, obvious. And then this is the one I am immediately starting, like straight after this video, which is a Christian small town romance series. It's called the Maple Falls Romance series. So we have Hooked on You, Much to Do About a Latte, Sold on Love, and Two to Tango. This book, we'll get there. Hold on. That will be the start of the show. That will be like the finishing upper. So we have Hooked on You, which is about Riley, and she's like living the life in New York. Also, she thought, but now she has like rubbish jobs in New York and she can barely pay her rent. However, she doesn't want the people back at Maple Falls to know about that, and she refuses to return back home to Maple Falls. But then her granny, who raised her, breaks her leg and is getting old and needs someone to take over her shop in this little small town, Maple Falls. And she asks Riley, can you please come back here? Like, I need you, I need your help, all of this. And she's like, I'm not coming back to Maple Falls. She's like, I need you. So now she has to go back to Maple Falls and run a knitting shop, which is like the cover. It's like a whole bunch of yarn and things. It's very cute. I love it. And then we have Hayden. And Hayden was a baseball star, and then he suffered a very big injury, and now he works at his father's hardware store in this small town. So they both went high and came back down to life. Anywho, and then they like kind of bump into each other, and then I think they like obviously hit it off because Mimi, which is the grandmother, kind of like sets them up a little bit. And I just love this because it says, welcome to Maple Falls, where everybody knows your name and your business. I love it. So this is the first book. They are quite short. They're only, well, this one is exactly 300 pages, which I'm like, I have never read a book that like with the epilogue and everything else included is exactly on point with like 100 pages, you know. Anywho, then the next one is Much to Do About a Latte. And this one, I have no idea what it follows. Oh, yes. Okay. This is about Atina and Tanner. And they both want to open up a coffee shop. So they land up opening a coffee shop straight across from each other. And they're like kind of like rivals and everything. So that's obviously like, we know. Then we have Sold on Love. And this is where... This is like completely opposites attract, because she's a high fashion retailer and he's a low maintenance mechanic. What on earth could they have in common? I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. Okay, now the last one. Let me tell you what it's about, and then I'll tell you why this book means everything and more to me. So this is when career-driven Olivia and Kingston Bedford refuse to act on their obvious chemistry. The town Maple Falls schemes to pair the two up. They dance their way to a happy ending. Aww, that's so cute. I love this town already. Okay, so why this one is so special for me is my fiance's father went to New York months ago, and I could not find this book at any of the stores, online, nothing. And I asked him, could you go to Barnes & Noble in New York and see if they have this? And he went to, I think, about like 4 different Barnes & Nobles in New York, and none of them had it. And then he said to me, Amy, I'm sorry, but they didn't have the book. And I was like, you know, it's okay. Like, I can just maybe find it online and read it as a PDF. Like, it's okay. And when he came back, we went to go and fetch him by the airport, and then he obviously bought like little goodies for everyone in the family and everything. And then he got like me like some sweeties and chocolate of like the Empire State Building and all this stuff. And then he pulls out this book. Oh my goodness, I like literally jumped up and hugged this man, okay, because he got me the book. He lied to me and he got me the book, and he wrote a little letter in the front of the book for me. So this book means everything and more to me. In him, that concludes this July TBR. Very ambitious. I know, no idea if we're going to get through these. No idea. But I guess we'll have to see. Okay, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.